I have a heck of a lot of brass. I could be running that tumbler 24 hours a day, but I don't want to run the generator 24 hours a day. So I kind of, whenever I'm doing something else with the generator, I run a load in the tumbler. But then I got to sort this stuff out. And it gets a little, there's all those complications. Like I've got quite a little Nagant brass. And that is not a Nagant 4570. But some of this is surplus brass. The PPU I can reload. And I don't know what this GFL is, but that looks just like a PPU. And I think that would have, yeah, that's a Boxer Prime. But I'm pretty sure I can find one of them surplus ones. Yeah, it's getting hard to read. But I'm pretty sure the military surplus ones, here's one. Well, I can't really tell. Yeah, that looks like a Berdan Prime. There's two holes down there. So I got to sort them out because I can't reload them, but I will hang on to them in case I ever get desperate. Though I can't see that happening. I mean, I've got a lot more. I got at least this much more brass of Nagant. But the surplus, I don't know where you could find Berdan primers, so I'm not going to monkey with them. And plus, just getting them deprimed is a nuisance. Whereas these other ones, they work slick. So that's a project, but that's fairly easy. I do that on a 4-hole press, and it goes along quick enough. And I actually have quite a little of the 300 Savage, and I'm not sure where some of these came from, because they are Hornady. But they look like good brass. And I think there's one in here, Winchester Super Speed. That's pretty cruddy looking. But I'll hang on to it. You never know when you need it. I found in my miscellaneous I had a lot of the Lapua for the Mosin, which is great brass. But I've got a couple hundred of them. These are just what got shot lately. But that's nice brass. But they get confusing trying to separate them. I found some odd stuff in here. Yeah, like a 303. No, I have never had a 303. Probably, well, I guess if I run across them, but they don't turn up around here. Here's a Lapua, a Mosin. We got to come up with a way to store these. I did find another 348 Winchester, so that's something to work with. We got, 50 of them or whatever, we got enough of them, and this is a 338 Lapua Magnum. That is one big cartridge, compared to the 348, but it's funny because, you look at this and okay, it's got that same, quite a lot of taper. The only thing, this is a rimless, and 348 is rimmed. But it gets a little complicated when you try to sort this stuff out. Now, what was it? That's a 348. But I got a lot of 4570 that's got to be sorted too, because some of this is Starline, some of this is Winchester. It's I only use Starline in the Cowboy. That way I can keep them straight. You know, the Winchester ones I load for the Harrington and Richardson. PMC, I used to have quite a few of these. I'm sure I still do. You know, says 45.7 government plus P. Well, that is interesting. It's a little different looking. They've got a little kind of a recess cut around the bottom of the rim. Don't know why that is. Well, it'll make it a little easier to sort them out. But the PMC stuff used to be some pretty hot loaded 4570. I don't know if you can still get it, but a lot of 9mm that was sent to me over the years. And I got to kind of sort through here carefully because some of them are 9mm M, which is macro. I run into a couple of them just by accident, so I know I got to, and they should all be Starline. But I think I'm going to sort them up by brands too. And 45, I got a bucket full and I got more. That's just a few. 30-30, but there I got to go through and sort. Because I'm sure there's some 32 special in here. Yeah, right here's a 32 special. But that's where I talk about, you know, because like here's a 30-30, here's a 32 special. You really got to, you know, I don't like to, you know, just looking at them, they look interchangeable, but this is bigger. And I don't like to mix head stamps, you know, when I talked about converting something. And that is always a bit of a risk when you're picking stuff up off a shooting range. But of course, a little 308. But that's really what I was going to do. Was I got a lot more 308. I got to load up because I've got a bunch of new brass, but I just as soon, you know, use the old brass up. Load that to hang on to the new because I got a lot of new for Mosin. A lot of 308 that's brand new. But, you know, I might as well keep using this and not break into the new stuff until I have to. But it is quite a collection, and I know I probably got at least this much more in the house. But I was trying to get a start on this. But like I said, I could be running that tumbler 24 hours a day. But I can see I'm going to have to, I'll have to look. I had like a coffee can this big full of 45 ACP bullets, but I've got so many of them here. I'm probably going to have to break out the mold and go at that, but I got one of those multiple molds, so that goes really fast, and I tumble lube them. So someday when it's cool and not windy, hammer out another batch of them. And probably 45-72. 9mm I think I got enough of. And the Gaunt I think I got enough of. 30-30 and a 300 Savage go jacketed bullets, same with 308. Oh, and then I got a pile of PPU Swiss. And I know I got some 270 in here, but now I got to check if that's 270 that I converted to the Argentine. You know, there again, head stamp confusion kind of deal, because I don't, if I can't get Argentine, I can convert to 270, but I still got that head stamp. So I got to sort them. But they seem to work pretty good, and it isn't that hard of conversion. But it is an endless job. But I think I'm going to have to, just start reloading. see where I'm at, but it's going to take a lot. I got plenty of lead, so I can start melting. I got big bricks of lead that I made, wheel weight. So as long as you got a cool day to slave over a hot stove, I'll have to do that. But it's a job. And, you know, like somebody had mentioned, if you can buy a 9mm, you can get it cheaper than you can reload it. Well, it's not really true if you're reloading jacketed, and I do reload, I mean, it is true if you're reloading jacketed bullets, but I'm reloading cast bullets for these. So, it's pretty cheap. And the same with the gun, you know, I use those cast bullets, so I do have some jacketed, and I'll probably load some of them up too, because I have some hollow points that work really well in these. But I better hunt up my mackerel brass, because I got to go at that too. Going to be a lot of reloading to do, but I better get started at it someday. I guess first would be 4570, so I got plenty of them on hand, because that is kind of the meat getting gun. And I do have a bunch of 30-30 bullets, because they're going to get low jacketed bullets for them. I got like 2 boxes of bullets for 30-30, so I could sort them out, get them loaded to have on hand, because that's, yeah, it's a good all-around sort of thing. I don't use it a lot, but it's a good fallback position.